here on the South Esk River in Lutruwita, Tasmania. The indigenous name for this river is Plipa Tumila in Palawakani, the language of the Palawa, the Tasmanian Aboriginals, who never ceded this land and who also took care of this land much better than its present state. You can see all the blackberries and the gorse growing around here. What does Spirit want to communicate with the collective? We're going to be asking today what our current energies are, what the main challenge is, and what the advice is. So for the current energy, we have the Ace of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Not only is this my first video that I'm going to upload, but there's a shift, there's a decision that gets made that leads us into power. There's a decision that gets made that brings something into the material form, into reality, which is the number 4. The number 4 is stability. It's earth. It makes a square. It can hold things. And so what this is telling me is that you've decided that you're going to start whatever it is that's happening in your life that you've been wanting to do, that your soul has been wanting to do. And maybe for a long time you've been rationalizing all these reasons as to why you can't do it, why you have to wait. But now it's time. And the Four of Pentacles is the energy of Sun in Capricorn. So there's a seriousness about this that is needed to be able to follow through. It's discipline and dedication. And here the 4 elements are all coming together. They need each other to be balanced. You need a bit of fire, you need a bit of water, you need a bit of air, you need grounding of all of that. And if one is missing, it doesn't work. Capricorn as well, the journey of the earth elements in astrology, which are really just archetypes for universal energy, right? The Capricorn is the 3rd of the 3 earth signs. You've got Taurus and Virgo and then Capricorn. And with Taurus, you start off being just wanting to taste things and pleasure and comfort, and it's in that realm of enjoyment and comfort still, but tending to the things. And then Virgo is the next evolution of Taurus. Once you've been at it for a while and you start really perfecting the things, you start refining your process. You know, you're at that stage of drawing where you've got your concept and now you're adding the minor details in. That's Virgo. It can also be perfectionistic. It can also be too rigid, and it's never perfect enough, and obsessive, and a fucking clean freak. And yeah, that's also Virgo. Capricorn doesn't give a fuck about any of the little obstacles anymore. It's just, it's expanding. It's disciplined, it's dedicated, it's not going to be swayed off its path. And this is the power. Now for the challenge position, we have the Star, the Ten of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Now, the Star is number 17 in the tarot deck of the 22? I think 22 major arcanas. 21, 22. So it's quite far along the journey, and you can see here there's one cup coming from the top on one hand that she's holding, and the other cup is flowing from the bottom. And the Star is really the recognition that our creative genius doesn't really belong to us. It's all spirit. It's all the same energy of creativity flowing through us. And so we put our own flavor, our own unique flavor that cannot be copied onto it inadvertently, because it's coming through us. It is imbued with our own energy. And this current of energy of creative genius only comes through when you've been able to let it in. And so instead of trying to create from up here, shoulda, coulda, woulda, this is what I need to do because this and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be such a genius when I do this thing, and everyone's going to think I'm the best. My parents will finally be proud of me, you know. I'll finally get the respect I deserve. All this shit, that's up here. That doesn't allow, and this is the story, this is our story. This is our story of humanity. And pushing up against this thing that's telling us that we're not good enough so that we can break through it and realize and embody and be able to do shit the way we actually want to do it, and that's in the best way for us and everybody around us. We don't just Yeah. It's like before I started this reading, before I start anything, before I do anything, I'm opening my heart to allow only the most loving energies through. And sometimes that love looks destructive. We're welcoming the light while acknowledging the dark as our teacher and as part of us, not rejecting it, not rejecting that part of ourselves that is inherent and is our teacher and is testing us all the time so that we can be better. And sometimes, a lot of the time, especially nowadays in our lives, shit needs to be fucked up. The Ten of Swords, look at all that red, look at that central spear, central sword. Broken. It's shattered. It's through the heart and it's shattered. The 10 in numerology and tarot signifies completion, but it's like 9 is also a completion of something, and the 10 is like what happens after that completion. Because things take a while to really work themselves out of our light, and they will try and come back in. And so if we think about the 9 of Swords as well, the 9 of Swords is sorrow and heartbreak. And the 10, look at that light coming from the center, look at that yellow coming from the center. It's us going, fuck all the shit. Let's go something new. I'm leaving this behind. It's not working for me anymore. I'm leaving it behind. How many of us struggle with toxic relationships, especially with people that are closest to us? And sometimes, most of the time, what this all-knowing life force energy, the intelligence of life, you can call it God, you can call it spirit, you can call it whatever the fuck. It's, to quote Dylan Thomas, the force that through the green fuse drives the flower. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower. It's the same creative force that has created praying mantises and flowers and waterfalls and this river and these blackberry bushes and this gorse and us and these trees and the sky and the earth. They are different forces, they're different expressions, they're unique expressions. I am my own unique expression and I must be expressed. but I'm just a fractal of one thing. And the challenge is another part of our challenge, bringing love to the situation. The Two of Cups, it's Venus in Cancer. And Cancer's a crabby old fuck as well, huh? Cancer is a crabby old fuck. My Venus and Mercury are in Cancer. I believe the biggest challenge in life is to bring love to a situation that you don't understand, that you don't agree with, and that is fucking horrible. Love is not acceptance and condoning and weakness. It's simply the love for life and all that life brings. And that is true power. That is true fucking power. Because for this love to truly start to overflow, this flower needs to bloom inside of us. And the two fish, the two voices in our heads, at least, the two conflicting parts of us, the light or the dark, whatever, the part that wants to love, the part that wants to reject, the part that wants to belong, the part that wants to run away. That's all life is. It's choosing how to dance between those two energies. That's all. A friend said to me the other day, all life is two opposing forces. One's going up, one's going down. That's it. And we're dancing in between all of that. Okay? So when we bring our two energies together, the slippery fish that don't want to be caught, they love to lurk around in the pools of our stories of misery and drama and victimhood. They're fucking swimming in there, okay? When we can gather them together, then that central flower can bloom. And then we can start to pour that love to everything around us and radiate that love to everything around us, instead of radiating fucking bullshit and attracting bullshit. So the challenge is to this is the only thing that you serve. It's your own source. You're not listening to fucking anyone except your source, your guide, your system. Your system is your guide. We were born with a system that tells us what the fuck to do. That includes our body. That includes untwisting all the wires that have gotten all fucked up because of the way that we've been raised and the way that we live the atrocities that have happened to us in previous lives that we carry over into this life, those wounds, those scars, the fucking patriarchy, the motherfuckers that keep us divided for the benefit of these fucking little group of weirdos who want to go live on Mars. The things that tell us to push people away because they're not perfect, to push people away because they don't love us or we're not good enough, and these things. Only you know, only you really know when it's time to tell a motherfucker goodbye for good, or when you're reacting from your own wounds and making up stories and attaching those stories onto situations. It's good to remember that we don't ever have the full picture of things. We don't ever have the full picture of things. And a really good phrase to practice is, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Or, you know, I'm open to things. But we only need to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, because our internal guidance system is so out of whack. And it takes time and practice and devotion and every single day coming back to that place where you're like, okay, third time lucky. And our advice is the Wheel of Fortune. True power does not exist without surrender. It's a dichotomy, I know. Everything is a fucking dichotomy, right? Because at the same time as as we're rejecting any other authority outside of us, we have to soften and surrender to this higher intelligence and the workings of that higher intelligence. The Wheel of Fortune is the workings of that higher intelligence. If we're lucky, we'll get a glimpse into it. If we're lucky, we might understand our part in it. To some degree, never the full degree with our little human minds. But it's that acknowledgement, it's that surrender of greater things. The acknowledgement of the possibility that things that we thought were really, really, really bad are actually leading to something much greater. Let's put this in a relatable context, right? When things get calcified to such a point, when our shoulder, when the ligaments and the fascia start to harden, when we're tanning leather, what do we need to do? We need to get in there and break that shit up. Okay, it needs to crack. It needs to crack 1,000,000 times to soften. It's that balance between, you know, oh, fucking, I'm just gonna put all my faith out there and hope for the best and sit on my ass and fucking do nothing. No, that's not what we're talking about. There's power here. There's action here. There is a will. There is destruction here. Look at this shit breaking. Look at that heart breaking. Our calcified hearts need to fucking break. Exactly. So that this love can pour through us. Oh my God. Yes. Alright, can we get one more for the advice for the collective, please? Spirit. I love this card. The two opposing forces, right? It's up and it's down, and we're somewhere in the middle. And what happens when those two forces can be joined together? Huh? It's all the truth is all around us. Yes, river. Oh, yes, my river. Anything the river would like to say to this collective, please? Come on, river spirit. What do we need to hear right now? Our parting. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, baby. Get that fire horse energy going on. We're in it now. We're in the fucking fire horse now. It's time to move, bitch. Time to move, motherfucker. Get on that fucking horse. Calibrate yourself. Get on that fucking horse. Go do your shit. Stop waiting. Calibrate yourself. Come into here. This is the center of everything. This is a fucking... Come here and then go. Get on the horse. Get out there. Do it with love. Do it with purpose. Keep your vision clear on what you want. Yes. Let's go do our shit. Let me show you the river first.